John Malcom, Vice President of the Institute for Constitutional Government at the Heritage Foundation, joins me now on Skype to talk more about what we're seeing today on Capitol Hill. John, welcome back. Always good to have you on the show. Help us put today into perspective and its significance, beginning with the objections to the certification of President-elect Joe Biden and his win, and also the protests that followed.
Well, what's going on at the Capitol at the moment is indeed deeply disturbing. I mean, there are reports that a woman is in critical condition, having been shot on Capitol grounds, and some of the protesters that are inside the Capitol are armed. This is a very, very dangerous situation. In terms of what was happening on the House and Senate floor, it's certainly unusual, but there is precedent for it. So there is a statute, the Electoral Count Act of 1887, that sets forth a procedure by which congressmen can challenge the certification of electors from any given state. What that statute essentially says is that if a congressman, a member of the House of Representatives, and a United States senator in writing object to the certification from any particular state, that they are supposed to interrupt the joint proceedings and go to the separate ways, one to the House, one to the Senate, where they have 2 hours of debate on that issue, and then they take a vote about whether to accept that challenge or to accept the certified electors that were forwarded to the Senate to be counted and go on from there. They had gotten as far as Arizona, when a congressman from Arizona and Senator Ted Cruz had submitted that writing, and they were having that debate when all of this got interrupted. It's very, very difficult to overturn a certification. A majority of both the House and the Senate have to vote to, accept the challenge and to overturn the electors that were certified from that state. So at the end of the day, this will delay things. It will make for very dramatic theater, hopefully peaceful from now on. But I don't think it's going to change the outcome of anything.
Yeah, and John, as you know, before the unrest began, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell expressed his opposition to today's challenge. Some are pointing to that as a sign of division within the Republican Party. What are your thoughts on that? And how do you think the rhetoric that we've been hearing has affected Americans' confidence in the integrity of the nation's elections as well?
Well, I think the confidence of the American people has been shaken a lot, but not necessarily by rhetoric. So you have roughly 40% of the people in this country either agree or agree strongly that the outcomes of this election was not legitimate. There certainly are a lot of vulnerabilities in our election system, and I think it's important that those be addressed primarily in the state legislatures of all of the states. They ought to look at how we conduct their elections and plug some of those vulnerabilities that exist. But I think what's going on in the House and Senate is a reflection of the fact that the conservatives are divided. There are people who believe that, we lost the election, but it's time to move on and to keep fighting, particularly now since it looks like the Democrats will keep the House and have effective control of the Senate. And there are other people who are part of so-called MAGA Nation who believe that this election was stolen, and they are mad as hornets. And unfortunately, today we're seeing that some of them are resorting to violence.
Yeah, John, wish we had more time to talk to you, but we're going to have to leave it right there. Thanks so much for coming on today. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.